play to clinch it. That was nice.
They
no,
totally
the play for
missed
the
two
Vikings.
calls that would have allowed the Bucks to score another field goal, I think, and make it
Yeah,
really
like,
hard.
I'm sure there was. I only saw the last drive because I was just locked in on the Mets, and then I had to drive home from my parents. And yeah, I mean that was the night of Alonso's home run. So I only saw the end. I know I came away with a win, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy for Kirko.
Yeah, the Bucks
So
were
any
driving. All they had to
controversy, I
do
know
was
nothing about it. I know nothing about any of that.
literally sit on the ball, and then they kick a field goal, and they go up by 6, and then it makes it really, really hard to get caught.
That was frustrating.
And the spread's safe, but instead they had a penalty, a holding penalty called on them, but there was no offsetting face mask that should have been called.
They went 10 yards back and took him on a field goal range.
And all this happened after they fumbled the ball on like the Atlanta 25. They should have had an extra field goal. It was a mess.
That sounds really horrible for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and for everybody like me that picked Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
I was willing to bet.
That's all. It was just my night with Alonso hitting the home run and getting that cover that apparently shouldn't have happened. That was just
as Aaron
a great
said,
Thursday night.
As Aaron said on ChabDog.com, making his picks, if betting was that easy, it wouldn't be.
We'd all be rich.
Yeah, exactly. Words to that effect. Anyway,
all right, let's go. Let's get rolling.
Hey, I didn't get to say anything.
Off again, that fucking machine.
What if I chop liver over here?
Machine, I guess.
Poor Dorothy.
The machine costs $500, dude.
Well, we'll have to get another one.
I never abuse my time.
Yeah, Dorothy's very concise. I love that.
Yeah.
Hello?
I love that. Good job, Dorothy. If we could only be as concise as you.
Here.
What in the world? We need to hire JP to be our tech guy.
Yeah.
Yes, JP. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, can you hear us and see us?
All right, let's go.
Hold on, can you hear us? Can you hear us?
There's no sound. I can't hear them. We can't hear you.
What a pain in the ass. All right, hold on.
So the Packers are in LA today. It's kind of tempting to want to go to that game.
Oh, yeah.
Last time they were here, it was the Coliseum. And I took my dad. My dad and mom came out, and it was 90% Packer fans. It's insane.
Wow.
Check.
Check.
It's not getting on mics. No, it's check. Now it's working. Okay, you can hear us. Can you hear us? Hello.
And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People.
That sounds awesome.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, there's a good feeling at that stadium. It's nice.
Hello.
Yeah.
Gotta come out and see the Giants next season or something.
It says they can hear us.
Yeah.
The Giants, that just sounds miserable. Maybe the Giants will get their act together by then.
Vikings just scored.
Oh, good. So
by 6.
All right. Well, bear with us while we work out these technical difficulties, everybody. That's working, and let's just double checking here. So while we go through our checklist here, so when you're having an audio trouble, you just go to your scoreboard here and just make sure that the proper things are selected. Check, and check. It doesn't seem to want to recognize that we're getting sound in here. This is really frustrating. Why is it doing that? Come on, machine. You can hear us. Check. And do we just test our sound here? No, we don't need system preferences. It might be this old computer is the trouble here. So we're going to turn on back to our sound preferences here to start from 0. Come on. Let's restart the whole fucking computer. This is the problem on this side. Restart.
Do whatever you think you have to do.
Yeah. Let's go back to us and see if we're still on the air here. And let's listen to ourselves talk. Winning in London. Spoiler alert. We'll give you an update on that. No, that's the earlier show.
I heard myself talk.
I heard yourself talk, but is it the live show or is it the old show?
That was the live show.
Well, it was when it was live, but oh, here we are. Okay, so I heard myself talk to you. There we are. All right, so bear with us here. So we got that going. Now we're going to switch back to channel 3 here. And yeah, we want to restart the computer. Wait, what are you waiting for? Okay, we're doing an emergency restart on the Apple to try and get our Discord back up because it's giving us no end of problems today. So while we're doing that, want to talk some baseball?
Oh, you want me to talk?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Well, in baseball yesterday, the Philadelphia Phillies laid a big egg, losing the first game of their series to the Mets after being in control and totally dominating for about, I think, 8 innings or 7 innings. I forgot whether the Mets scored I think the Mets scored 5 runs in the 8th. Phillies took out Zach Wheeler left after 7 beautiful innings, giving up 1 hit. And but the roof caved in after that. The Mets are really looking like a team of destiny here. I mean, they've been behind in quite a few games, and they come up with what they need at the end. Very un-Mets-like. And so the Dodgers started out doing to the Padres what everybody, I guess, kind of expects, though the Padres are always a nemesis for the Dodgers and had a very good regular season against the Dodgers. So we're not really sure the Dodgers are for. I'm not sure the Dodgers are for real.
They barely got out of that game when Manny Machado got to the plate and lucky he struck out.
Yeah. Well, the Dodgers have tons of hitting and probably good enough pitching, I think. So
it usually abandons in the playoffs, though. Like
yeah.
I want them to lose so they'll finally fire Dave Roberts because he's
incompetent.
Incompetent.
I know my friend Drew agrees with me that the Dodgers are just chokers.
Yes.
When it comes right down to it, but you say that knowing you could be shooting yourself in the foot because they did win in 2020.
That was bullshit. There was no crowd. There was nothing.
Oh.
I don't count that. That's so counterfeit as not to be even.
All right. Well, that's your opinion. Anyway.
Don't count. You put an asterisk next to it.
In the American League, the Yankees won their first game against the Royals 7-5 or something.
Yep.
And
close enough.
Yeah, I don't know. The Yankees have a great lineup, but their pitching isn't that tough. And they get through this series, which I think they will. They're going to probably play Cleveland, and Cleveland's got really good pitching. I don't know enough about Cleveland to really feel that good about it. And the Cleveland Indians historically have sucked in the playoffs. Even when they get to the World Series, they lose. The last time they won the World Series was in 1948, when behind Bob Feller, and who'd they beat that year? I think it was I'm not sure if it was the New York Giants or no, I think it was the Boston Braves, I'm guessing. Anyway, it's been a long dry spell for Cleveland. Probably will continue, even though there is a chance for them, obviously.
And get rolling this way. So, play a little music.
You want to play some Rip? No. Can I talk?
Yes. Hold on.
We do have an update on the Jets game. Jets Vikings.
Yes.
Jets got the ball down by 6. So a touchdown wins it for the Jets, and they're on the Minnesota 40. But it's 2nd and 10 with 1 minute and 35 seconds left, and the Jets are actually in good position. They've got 2 timeouts.
Wow. So
this game is coming down to the wire. If the Jets can pull a touchdown out of their ass, then Minnesota's screwed. And Minnesota really sat on this lead.
That sounds like the sort of thing.
What?
That what's his face? Rodgers would be able to pull off.
I don't see why not.
As a big
they have
comeback
to.
victory.
The problem they've had is they can't protect Rodgers properly, and he just doesn't. He doesn't have the elusiveness.
Isn't that crazy?
Okay. Really? All right, everybody. Can you hear us now?
Are we back?
Yeah.
We're just having the Aaron and Dorothy show.
Okay.
Oh well.
which is fine. It's
For everybody that picked the Vikings, this is getting awfully hairy.
Yeah, just like the other night, just like everyone.
Minnesota on their end does have they do have 3 timeouts, so they have enough time. What really could happen here is the Jets score a touchdown, go up 24-23, and then the Vikings come back and kick a field goal and win by 2, and then we're all screwed.
Oh, that'd be bad. I mean, if the Jets score a touchdown here, we're not going to cover. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not, huh? That really screws us.
Yes.
There's also, the way the Jets have been playing, there's also a very strong chance, a decent chance that they're not going to score that touchdown.
We can only hope.
In fact, Minnesota has a 61% chance to win this game, according to ESPN.
Never tell me the odds. Never tell me the odds.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Especially
with Aaron Rodgers involved. The Jets aren't
going to run out of time, so Vikings need to make a stop. Boy, this would be a great win for the Jets.
Did anybody pick the Jets?
Mm-mm.
No, I didn't.
Nope.
I thought I was really like Minnesota's going to stomp on them.
Bueller.
Oh, they should have stomped on them, and then their offense just went in the toilet in the second half, and they were up 17-0. Right. They've almost done nothing, and their one field goal was off of good field position off a punt. It was basically a 2-yard drive. Their one field goal in the second half. And then their next field goal, they just scored. They actually woke up and went on a decent drive. But they really needed a touchdown there.
We saw the return.
They have to rely on the defense.
Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
We're
all on Minnesota. But
he was what he thought he was.
I don't think we all realize.
We're all in Minnesota, and the Jets are going to win this.
Okay.
All right. Well.
Okay.
Let's get into the games here.
Yes, please.
He should have caught that and ran with it.
Okay. First up, Carolina at Chicago. Chicago's a 4.5-point favorite. 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. here in Hermosa Beach, California. Carolina's a 4.5-point dog after a fabulous performance last week. And can anyone name Carolina's quarterback? Anyone?
Andy the Red Rocket.
Bueller.
Andy Dalton.
Bueller.
Andy Dalton.
The Red
Bueller.
Rocket.
All right. So the redheaded stepchild Andy Dalton comes through and saves the day, and hopefully he will save the day again if you're taking Carolina. But I think the Bears. I like seeing what they're doing here, but the baby steps. I kind of like the Red Rocket there.
Carolina last week. I don't think it paid off.
Yeah.
I just can't stomach taking Carolina 2 weeks in a row. It's like bad for my digestive system. I'm going with the Bears.
You're taking the Bears.
As much as I hate to, given their abilities to score.
Abe Miranda, I see you're also taking the Bears. What's your rationale?
Well, I am still taking the Bears right now. The line is 4 points, so I am taking the Bears at a little bit more this morning. But Carolina has been a little inconsistent. They've lost games, and they have lost by a lot. So the potential is there. Caleb, he's still trying to figure it out, but he definitely had a good a little bit of a good game yesterday. Last week against the Rams. And hopefully he takes a little bit more momentum. Carolina having a bad day, Bears having a good day. Put me down for the Bears.
All right. You got the Bears now.
Jets blew it.
You also have the Bears. Well, how much time left in the game?
Well, there's 44 seconds, and they have one timeout.
No, it's over. They just got an interception. Rodgers' third interception. Discount doggy check.
Right. We're finally going to get on the board here and get a win here. Dorothy, I think I noted you were also taking the Bears.
Yeah, Chi-Town. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
And because you like the Bears, you like Bears better than Panthers, you're sort of prone to...
The Panthers are not good.
Yeah.
They suck ass, right?
they're super ass, as Phil Kiss Van Dunn would say.
Well, Aaron, you and I are the only ones who took Carolina. We saved each other from going to Pedo Island. So what was your rationale? I had a very weak one. Maybe you have a stronger one.
My rationale is the Bears still suck, even though they have won a couple games. I mean, Carolina with Andy Dalton, even though they lost Cincinnati last week, they couldn't get the Andy Dalton revenge game done, but they still scored a bunch of points after they destroyed the Raiders. So now against this Bears team, I think they're going to score enough to at least cover. I think I like the Panthers a lot today against the Bears.
Cool. All right, let's jump to game 2. In a hurried-up version here, game 2. Baltimore, 2.5-point road favorites in Cincinnati, Ohio. 1 p.m. start, 10 a.m. here in Hermosa Beach.
Wow.
Baltimore, boy, both teams have been,
that would be a hot game.
They've been sucking pretty hard.
No, Baltimore played great.
Well, they played better.
Talking about? They
But
just dismantled
isn't
Buffalo.
Cincinnati 0-4?
Yeah, but Cincinnati won their last game, and
Cincinnati just won.
Cincinnati.
1-3.
Yeah, this is going to be a hot game. This is a classic AFC North barroom brawl.
It should be. Baltimore should be an easy Baltimore win here. But
you would think, but it never is. It never is against Cleveland, against Cincinnati. It's always a struggle for some reason because the Ravens.
Took Baltimore.
I took Baltimore, yeah, but it scares me. This really scares me.
Dorothy, does this scare you? You took Baltimore. Are you frightened?
No.
Abe, are you frightened of Baltimore? Abe Miranda.
I'm taking Baltimore on this one. You know, they did do well against the Bills. They have done well against Dallas. Cincinnati, I mean, again, they've had a horrible season, except for, they beat the Carolina Panthers. But, it's the Carolina Panthers, and they're hit and miss. So I like the Ravens in this one. It's a small spread. I have them as a money line, and they're good to go.
Okay, you know what that means, Aaron? You took Cincinnati.
Yes, Cincinnati. Okay, they're 1-3 or whatever. They had a close game against Kansas City 2 weeks ago. They played well. Their defense was horrible against Jaden Daniels. Then they win that game against Carolina, and they have scored now, I think, a total of more than 70 points their last 2 games. You take the Washington game and the Carolina game, so maybe they can get a 1 stop or 2 stops against Baltimore, and that might be all it takes because this Cincinnati offense is hot. I think they need this game against the rival, get their season back on track. So I'm rolling with Cincinnati.
Yeah, let me just remind you that they got taken apart by the Commanders, who have a similar quarterback to the Ravens. A guy that can run, and it just looks to me a lot like the Ravens present a similar problem, and they got the running game. So, and Cincinnati's front 4 sucks. I mean, they have no size. They don't get.
Stop making sense because you're going to jinx
I know,
us,
but that's why he's going to probably get me right.
Right, and we should. And Epstein, didn't murder himself. Yeah. All right, game 3, Cleveland plus 3.5 on the road at Washington. So Washington's a 3.5-point home favorite. Cleveland Browns are visiting Washington. Hot Washington. I'm on Washington. And actually, you know what? We just jinxed him. Everyone's on Washington. So, yeah, let's give our tribute.
Yeah, I knew it. Because I knew when I went chalk, everyone was going to go chalk. This is such a chalky pick with Washington playing the way they're playing. But my fantasy season is just going to ride with Jaden Daniels. So I'm riding with Jaden Daniels any chance I get. The Browns stink. So let's just keep rolling it. Wait, so were we all unanimous on the Jets and that worked out? Is that what happened? I mean, on Minnesota?
No, we were all unanimous on Minnesota.
We were unanimous.
Okay, so maybe the curse is broken. We got a unanimous pick, right? We did it. Everyone, give yourself a pat on the back, and maybe we're rolling with Washington. So I'm glad that Minnesota didn't blow it at the end, because now I actually feel a little good about the Washington.
Yeah, but remember, the trend may not be your friend. Just because we won in Minnesota doesn't mean we're going to win.
It doesn't mean we're hot.
No, it's...
Yeah, but if we had lost another unanimous one, I would be like contemplating just changing the pick.
We've had years like that.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had years like that where almost every time was. This is more exceptional, actually. Normally we go everything.
Squares sometimes win. Just like they won in London.
Can I throw in a factoid that there's a quarterback in college who's really good named Jalen Daniels. So when Jalen Daniels joins the NFL, we're going to really have a problem keeping the Jalen and the Jaden and the Jalen straight.
We're having trouble already, dude. What are you talking about?
So I saw him play last night. He's good.
Okay.
From Kansas.
Yeah.
I know you care about this, but I just want to get people ready.
Texas, only steers and queers come from Texas.
All right, you know what? It's we can get the last morning game in here if we really boogie here. This is it. We have 4 games. We're number 4.
You cannot look at your phones during this period. Okay, that's the rule.
Well, until this is the last 1 o'clock game. We're doing 10 a.m. game Eastern.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bills are going to Houston. Houston's a 1.5 point home favorite. Bills got fucking railroaded last week, but I guess so did Houston too. Houston's been exposed, so I like Buffalo on the road here. I like Buffalo had what everyone forgets is that they got whipped last week, but it was a short week. They played on Monday night, guys. So they need a little extra rest here. Need to recoup. I think they got it all recouped. In fact, they had a longer time here. I think they'll.
That's a weak excuse,
but Houston. But hey, there's my.
I agree. I think that the Bills are set up to win this game. Joe Mixon is not playing, and he's like the only running game that the Texans have.
Mixon's a little bitch.
They have a terrible running game, so I think Buffalo's going to tee off on them, and they're going to win probably by 2 scores.
Although I think they're missing that snorting Adderall snorting linebacker of theirs.
Who?
The Adderall snorting linebacker.
Buffalo?
Yeah, Von Miller.
Oh, Von Miller.
They're missing Von Miller not because he's snorting. He's out because of misconduct, not because of Adderall.
Okay. Hands-on Von?
Yeah, hands-on Von.
He stands over the guy he tackles and grabs himself.
Aaron, you're taking Buffalo. Is that because you live, in New York State? No, you live near New York State?
Well, I married into a Buffalo family, so I take Buffalo any chance I get, but I do like the Bills, even though they just got stomped by Baltimore. I still their first 3 weeks, they played about as good as you can play. And they got Stephon Diggs on the other side and Josh Allen. He says all the right things, but he wants to prove that he can get it done without Stephon Diggs, and I think he's done a good job at that so far. The problem is they're missing Shakir, who's been a key part in replacing Diggs, but I'm hoping it'll unlock Dalton Kincaid, who I was another fantasy guy that I really am relying on, but been a little quiet so far. But I'm hoping it'll be a Kincaid takeover and that Buffalo lights up that scoreboard in Houston with a nice bounce back win. And it's just based on everything Buffalo did before that Baltimore debacle. So hoping they get back on track. Circle the wagon.
Dorothy, do you want to make it unanimous?
No, Dorothy went the other way.
Oh, you went with
look at that.
The Texans?
I have no clue. What was that? That's so weird.
Just released
Texas, only steers and queers come from Texas.
It's an island party.
Buddy
what are we looking at here?
Looking at Dorothy.
I put your cup out there for you, buddy. Not Baltimore. Yes, Baltimore, not Buffalo.
No, but you took
Houston.
This is Houston.
You took Houston, honey.
Buffalo, Houston. You took Houston.
Houston. Sorry, Houston.
That's because she likes C.J. Stroud, probably.
Yeah, because I have a lot of them in my fantasy, actually. I think they're very good.
Fantasy? Yeah, we got fantasies, too.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Let's keep this to sports.
Abe took...
And his home.
Yeah, Abe took Buffalo, right?
Yeah, he did. So
Aaron did.
Buffalo.
Next?
Well, we got the morning done.
The morning?
Yeah, that's it. So it's 1 o'clock and it's 1:02, and guess what? We got the morning too.
Is it time for a commercial or maybe some of the Jerry Lewis telethon?
Well, we'll just remind everybody that Dorothy's went to the island for that pick there.
That's all right. Yeah, I think it's time for some.
Pedophiles.
It's time for some telethon action.
Yeah, let's take a break on that. We get loaded up.
Maybe we should do the ChabDog telethon too.
You like that clip here?
Yeah. For people who are retarded and they can't pick their correctly against the spreads.
Do you want the happy birthday or pantomime act?
Pantomime. How about like 2 minutes of pantomime?
Yeah.
Please welcome Rip Taylor.
Okay, so we play this. This is as late as 1991, but that's still.
This is how to do a pantomime.
This is under Section 107 of the Copyright Act. We play this under protections for historical purposes. Not that I don't think we're going to upset the MDA telethon, but in case we do, hey, we're playing this with right under the we don't have to ask for permission because it's for educational use of our audience here. So let's roll it.
I want him for the ChabDog telethon.
Yeah, this guy's great.
I could just, we can just have Abe do this.
Yeah, listen to this, Abe. You can't see it right now, but if you can see it, you see somebody that, on your happier days, looks very much like you. Feeling happy and gay. Rip Taylor.
But Abe doesn't have a wig.
Come on, hey, come on, give me a hello.
He took off his wig in the match stream.
Hey, I gotta go fast. Okay, thank you. That's fine. Thank you. Good evening. That's fine. Thank you so much. That's fine. Thank you. Will you stop it? Stop it. You got the job. Hello. Well, I had my tubes tied just for this afternoon's performance.
He was channeling Tim Walsh.
Better keep moving. That's how Lincoln got it. Now listen. Is it on? It's a new one. My hair is so tight.
Why do people take an instant dislike to you?
Because it saves time.
That's so funny.
No, you can nice.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You probably think PMS is plural for afternoon. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. We're running short, Jerry. I swear to God, I know you're running short. I want to get all the money. Jerry asked me how I got started in show business. He did the same way. I like to try to entertain you for a few minutes, especially for the children. It's a way to hit the record.
Sorry. But that was great. There we go.
Yeah,
That's
the
joke.
You always do hurt the one you love with your bad decisions.
All right. Well, yes, and hopefully we're
most
making
people love themselves a lot.
better decisions today because now the 1 o'clock or 10 a.m. games are now on. So it's time to get on with some more football.
Yes, time for more self-flagellation.
Game number 5 in our lineup here, star-studded lineup, is the Las Vegas Raiders are traveling to the Denver Broncos to Mile High Stadium at 4:05 p.m. Eastern, 1:05 p.m. here on the West Coast. And Denver, surprisingly, 2.5-point home favorite.
It's not called Miles High Stadium anymore, I think.
Oh, gee, what is it? Okay,
No, wait a minute. That
was like an
Dorothy,
OA
is your
days.
TV on over there? Or is JP talking? Okay.
Turn it off.
Yeah. Well, we can show. Anyway, so let's start with you, Brando.
Oh, on this game?
Sure. Go ahead. Vegas, 2.5-point road dog. Road dog.
Yeah, Denver's probably going to win by a crummy field goal. Might be 5 or 6. I mean, but who knows? Their offense has really been terrible, but it might be time for a breakout against the Raiders, who have been dealing with problems coming from their coach and just generally from being Raiders. And so I like the Broncos to squeak out a bigger than 2.5-point victory.
Yeah, as Mr. Hand said, you'll probably squeak by to Spicoli. I took a different take. Yeah, the sensible person to me would take Denver because all the facts, all the numbies, as Abe would say, kind of line up there. But I'm not taking Denver because having lived in Denver and gone to this game, because they're same divisional game, the Raiders come to town every year. I bought seats right behind the Raider bench, got a really good deal on them. I'm like right down on field level, literally 5 rows behind the bench, all ready to yell and talk shit to them all day because Denver's going to pound them. And guess what? This first possession, boom, marched down the field, score, and they just pounded it up their ass the entire day. I ended up leaving the game early. It was so disgusting. This is the game that Vegas comes in, and regardless of how good Denver is that year, and regardless of how much disarray the Raiders are in, they win.
You're going the other way. Okay.
Going the other way.
Nice. Okay.
Who else is with me? Who else is taking the Raiders?
I'm taking the Raiders.
Anyone? Bueller?
Taking the Raiders with you, my friend.
There we go.
Oh, so it's just
Miranda.
me and you,
Dorothy, and
Aaron.
Yeah,
no, Dorothy is going with the Raiders.
No, I'm Denver, but I am with a Raider fan over here.
So why are you selling out your? Oh, look, there's 2 guys in the picture now.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
men do you have over there, Dorothy?
Cassidy's Raider president.
Yeah.
Our catch a disease. Even Aaron, that's a dive bar in Newport. It's Cassidy's, but we call it catch a disease.
Catch a disease.
Oh,
Yes.
I've been in that place.
Yeah.
I never even came close to catching anything.
ChabDog and I have played pool there.
Yeah.
I was just there a week ago Tuesday.
I mean, that's because it's me.
Oh, really? Why didn't you tell us?
I had my new girlfriend with me, and we'd just come off the beach because it was
I
cold.
can't wait to meet her.
And she wasn't feeling. She had a bit of a headache, so we went in there and had a couple of
The
drinks.
life
and
of
then
the young and single.
A woman at the bar
Wow.
could see that I was
That's
like
a big
beside
deal
her.
that you just
Wait,
said
none
she's
of
my
us are
girlfriend.
single anymore.
She is.
Wow.
As
None of
the
us
back
is
of her head, and the patrons could see that she wasn't.
Two of us are unmarried.
Can I hear us again?
I'm
Yeah.
on
Can you
my
hear
way.
us, Dorothy? Check.
Yeah.
Can you hear us, guys?
Yeah. Well read is the we're gonna live through well read. I live my life through well read. When I wake up in the morning, I look in the mirror and I go, I ain't well read. My life, I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
But one day.
I don't think they can freaking hear us.
We just lost our
One day.
God damn it.
But
no, it says it's
gotta love Vegas.
Hello, are you there?
They're giving us a discount.
Okay, we're back.
Back.
Guys, are you guys there?
You hear us now, so hey,
I'm surprised. I'm surprised more people didn't go with Denver. I feel like Denver's such a chalk pick.
Okay.
They won a couple, and now they're playing this Raiders team that doesn't have Devontae Adams. I thought more people would with me on the Broncos. So
it was working a moment ago.
So maybe the sharp side will come out on top, but I'm going with my horses.
I know.
I really need Trey Sermon to score a touchdown here.
Mike, check. Check. It says it works.
Oh, brutal.
Hello.
Let's try this.
Just sign in and sign out again.
Yeah, because it's hitting the machine. And now it's just this is a hardware interface issue here. So let's
At least we got through the morning games, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's leave the camera off. Let's not tempt fate any more than we have to. Reconnect. Let's go.
Out of the mix.
Okay.
Colts are in. Yes. That was a great play.
And can you hear us now?
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Okay, we're back.
And we're back. So I can't remember what we were talking
We're
about.
talking about the Denver game. So
Denver Broncos.
We said enough about that. Let's move on.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. Yes, let's go to game 6. Number 6. Oh, this is a game near and dear to Aaron's heart. We've been waiting all day to talk about the New York Football Giants visiting the Seattle Seahawks. But the Kingdome is long gone, and I don't think you can call it Quest Field anymore either.
You know what I call this game?
Great studio.
This is the game. This game is called the G-Men versus the Seattle Seamen.
Yes. Seamen minus 6.5 points. I'm unfortunately taking Seattle because it's a long way to travel, and I think it's going to rain again as it always is there, and the weather's going to be really bad. But oh my God, it's a sea. It's a fucking tsunami. Aaron, I see you're also taking Seattle.
Yeah, they beat me down. The Giants are miserable. They're without Neighbors. How are they even going to move the ball? They're also without Singletary, but at least they have a rookie running back, Tyrone Tracy Jr. We'll probably see a lot of him.
Oh boy, that's square to my heart.
Yeah, with Giants without Neighbors, it's just gonna be tough for them to get anything going. So, I mean, it's gonna have to be a lot of Wan'Dale Robinson, I guess, and Darius Slayton's probably gonna get a lot more looks than he usually does.
Who the fuck are these people?
He knows all the names.
They're just going to stack the box. There's going to be nothing.
This guy's an encyclopedia of worthless facts about the Giants.
They already, even with Neighbors, they were just dinking and dunking. There was not a lot of vertical aspect to the passing game. So they are just going. It's going to be ugly.
All right, Dorothy. Next.
Dorothy.
It's going to be terrible. I'm going to watch the Mets.
It's just fucked up.
Yeah. Dorothy Dawn.
Yes.
Oh, Dorothy.
Do you like the Giants or Seattle?
Yeah.
Seattle.
Good for you, Dorothy.
JP and I disagreed on this one, but I went with Seattle.
JP lost his mind?
You're gonna be. I think you're in a good place, Dorothy.
I don't think they can hear half of what we're saying.
I know, but it says it's working.
I hear you.
You can hear us.
We hear you good.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. It's sometimes I feel. Yeah, it's hard to know.
I'm dealing with a very schizophrenic production today.
Hey, Miranda, you took Seattle.
Yes, I took Seattle. You know, the Giants are definitely without weapons. And it's just, I think it's going to be a really bad, miserable game for the Giants today. 6.5 looks big, but I don't think so against the Giants. The spread has moved to 7, so we are getting a 0.5-point discount right now on picking Seattle. So again, the spread has moved to 7, and we have them at 6.5 when we lock in or bet.
Finish off, ChabDog.
Yeah, I think I think the Seamen are really going to erupt today.
Yeah, finish off in her face.
This is the Seattle Seamen's game to really come with it. And I think the G-men are be wearing their junior jock straps, and I don't think it's going to come out. It's going to feel too good for them.
Embarrassing.
Let's hope they wear. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Game 7.
Okay.
All right. This is a great one. Dallas, this name near and dear to your heart. The Dallas Cowboys are rolling into Pittsburgh, into Three Rivers Stadium at 8:20 tonight. It's the Sunday night national game. Pittsburgh, surprising 2.5-point home favorite. ChabDog, lead off.
I think the biggest reason the Steelers are going to win tonight is because Micah Parsons is not playing, and I think they have another couple of guys on the defense that are not going to be in, and the Steelers have their own problems. This is a hairy pick. I'm going to just go with the Steelers to win and barely cover by 3.
Okay, Aaron.
Yeah, Steelers. Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. Here we go.
Wow.
Thank you.
And Dallas, I think, is a fraud because they've only beaten Cleveland and the Giants. I mean, Dallas has got to beat somebody. They fell way behind to New Orleans. They fell way behind to Baltimore before they made it close at the very end. It was too little too late. So now they're going to go into Pittsburgh and win a game. They need to actually beat someone who's relevant. I like Pittsburgh in this game.
Dorothy, you like Pittsburgh too. Fancy that. Dorothy Dawn. Dorothy Dawn likes Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Dallas Cowboys, I agree with Aaron's post that they're a fraud team.
Okay. Well, that leaves Abe. And Abe, who are you taking?
I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys. Matter of fact, I have the Dallas Cowboys on my money line pick, so I mean it would be hard not to pick the Cowboys at 2.5 today. I mean, there's a lot. I don't know. I know. I think this can swing both ways. They are giving Dallas a lot of love because the spread is very close. Pittsburgh lost to the Colts and beat the Chargers without Justin Herbert. I don't know how great Steelers are, but I think I'm going to the island here, and I'm going with the Cowboys. So put me on the island, boys.
I detect a little Steelers hostility there.
Cowboy Island.
This is my moment.
What about you?
This is my moment.
Oh, I'm taking Seattle, man.
Steelers.
I went first. Oh, sorry. Wait. We're still on that game.
What are you on, dope?
Yeah, of course I'm taking Pittsburgh. We're all on Pittsburgh except for Abe, and I put him on the island, and we're all that's fully established. So back
this
on
is
track
my
here.
chance to overcome.
Yeah.
I hope you have enough jars of lube, babe.
Yeah, that baby oil.
Yeah, get
baby oil
stock. Time for you to stock up.
All right, finally we get to the last game.
Baby oil time.
And by the way, this is a bye week for Detroit, the Chargers, Philadelphia, and Tennessee. So that's why we can get the last game so soon because there's fewer games. We just lost two games are gone. We've got the New Orleans Saints are at Kansas City. The upstart and surprisingly well-performance New Orleans Saints playing the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. Monday Night Football in the spotlight of the nation, not hiding in some backwater on a irrelevant 10 a.m. game. Kansas City, 5.5-point home favorite.
Wow.
What do you think?
This just has all the hallmarks of another ball buster, another spread that goes awry at the last possible minute. I don't know that I picked Kansas City, but I don't feel very good about it because it's 5.5 points, and I don't know if Mahomes is going to work quite hard enough to get a 5.5-point win. Like, it's just I could change on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Kansas City because New Orleans offense.
That's what I thought. You're making a case for New Orleans.
Lately looked pretty weak, but they do have a pretty good defense. It's going to be interesting.
Aaron, you actually are taking New Orleans.
Yeah, I've been getting burned by picking against Kansas City, but I just keep doing it because I think eventually it's going to work out. And this Saints team is really tough. The spread is too large. The spread is too damn high. And the Saints are at least going to keep this a field goal game because they have been a very good football team this year. I mean, their offense did slow down after that ridiculous start they got off to in the first 2 weeks, but I still think they have enough to stay in this game until the very, very end, if not pull the upset outright. So I'm going to keep doing it. Let's go with the Saints.
Dorothy, 2 questions for Dorothy. 1, is the rent too damn high? And 2, where are you calling in from this week? Dorothy Dawn.
She's frozen.
She's frozen. Yeah, she's so hungover she's frozen.
And
Oh, now we can hear. She's not frozen. She's hungover. Okay, back to Dorothy. So Dorothy,
going?
2 questions.
Who are you going with? The Chiefs or the...
I'm going with Kansas City.
Okay.
Kansas City. JP said New Orleans, but I said no. I'm going to disagree with you on this. Mahomes. Kansas City.
Nice.
Wow, you're almost as blonde today as Joe Burrow. Wow.
Oh, wow. Joe Burrow's blonde.
And I haven't colored my hair for 2 years. That's pretty good.
That's very good.
Hey, Miranda, you're also taking Kansas City. Abe Miranda. Paging Abe Miranda.
Yes. Paging Abe
I'm
Miranda.
paging Dr. Beat, Kansas City Emergency. And that's where we're going to go with this one today. I'm hoping that, the home field advantage is going to uplift the Kansas City Chiefs through New Orleans on this game. I don't like the fact that, we've lost Pacheco, we've lost Rice, especially since Pacheco's on my fantasy team. This is horrible for them. I think it's a little bit of a rough. It's a bit of a rough season. It was rough wins, close wins. I don't think there's nothing wrong with going with the Saints because the spread may be too high. The spread is currently at 5.
Rent's too
so we have to put a half-point tax on that. But come on, let's go with the Chiefs. I'm gonna roll with them.
All right.
That's a lot of points.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I forgot about those Chiefs injuries. Yeah, that's why I like the Saints. Those Chiefs injuries, with especially Rice, has been such a great player for them this year. He's been a sophomore sensation, but now he's out. So yeah, the Saints are definitely going to keep this close.
They'll keep it close, but okay. Here's my take on the Kansas City Chiefs. They're playing at a different level. They've read the Bhagavad Gita, and they're following its philosophy that is taught through Krishna. That within all of us is a warrior, and within all of us is also a peacemaker. But there are times where we have to righteously kill our adversaries, just because that's what we've been trained to do, and we're here to perform at our best and fulfill our mission. And if your mission is to kill the other team and massacre them and go 17-0 and win a Super Bowl and stuff all that, the 72 Dolphins up someone's ass, I think this is it. So yeah, maybe they're going to squeak out the win. They're going to squeak out another 16 more, and they're going to win the Super Bowl again.
So are they covering or not?
Yeah, they're covering, and they're going to win. Sure.
Okay, I agree. I'll go with Kansas City.
Yeah. So that puts you on the island, Aaron. But hey, Sylvie. All right. So it's time for Dorothy Dawn. Dorothy Dawn. We don't have anything from you this week, but we'd like to speak in anything impromptu.
Any nutritional
because you are really
advice.
Good off the cuff.
Sure.
And, do your segment. Anything you want.
Thank you. So I just want to talk about the Detroit Tigers and how I really am inspired by never give up. And even when you're in the dumps, there's still a chance. And at half season, when we got engaged, I was like, they're, are they buying or selling? But look, they brought.
Oh, what a shame that you're freezing up. So you think, we all need this Elon Musk satellite system? So that doesn't
Starlink.
happen. Yeah, wouldn't that be great? We all were on Starlink. One day we will be. One day our
what
cell
if
phones,
athletes?
all your internet. Dorothy D, can you hear us?
Huh?
Okay.
Yes.
Can you repeat the last sentence? Sorry, you broke up on us.
Oh yeah. So I think I say to my clients, what if athletes did that? What if, I thought of this during the Olympics, the gymnasts, when they kind of slip on the balance beam, what if they're like, screw it, day done. Like, what if they did that?
Yes, they don't.
They don't do that. They keep going, and that's part of the battle. You know, they like jump back on, and the mind of I got to keep going, persevere. That's a big part of being an athlete.
Oh, it's being at bat.
I think
you strike out, but you keep going for the next pitch, right?
Right.
Yeah, you toss
and
an
I love
interception.
the Tigers. I love how they're. I mean, even if they lose this series, I'm just so proud of them.
Yes.
You know, and like think of the Olympics, think of the gymnasts when they slip. They just keep going, and that's the truth with us and our life and eating. And you know, I have clients who are like, once I do one thing bad, my whole day I just go crazy. No, every breath is a new breath. Every day is a new day.
Yes.
Just keep going, persevere. The mind is a powerful thing.
That's wonderful advice.
My rabbi said something like that at the sermon a few nights ago
It's
for
in this
Rosh
book as well,
Hashanah.
Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, that's Dorothy speaking in yogic forms.
If you put your mind to it, a lot of things that seem like they're impossible and unattainable are
First day
actually
off in
within
14
reach.
days.
Yep, there she is.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Dorothy. Let's see.
You're welcome. And maybe see you in person later today.
We should play. We should play the Pete Rose clip because he did die, and I think we should pay a little tribute to him.
Pete Rose here.
Charlie Hustle.
You want to play? He barrels over Ray
Yes.
Fosse, or
yes, and the question is, name the stadium and the game this was.
Okay, so again, we play this with permission
and the year. I can, but I don't want to give it away.
Okay, here's some Pete Rose here, and this is under Section 107, permission of the Copyright Act. This is
Rose played baseball at one speed, and that gear was on full display in 1970.
Is he playing for the Montreal Expos there? No.
Charlie Hustle rounded third, looking to score on a Jim Hickman.
Okay.
They all wore their team's uniforms back then. It was really cool.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Oh,
dude!
And he barreled into Ray Fosse and the A's. Ray Fosse was never the same.
That is so dirty, man.
Apologetic.
If you're standing in the baseline like that, then you've got to be knocked down.
So dirty.
You're not allowed to do that.
Of course, because there was no place to slide. There's no sense in ever sliding into a bag if you can't get the bag.
Was Pete Rose's collision with Ray Fosse the greatest moment in All-Star Game history? Cast your vote to decide at MLB.
Okay. Well, you know what? If we saw that.
Long one. The other one was Dave Parker's.
Aaron, are you still there?
Now I'm tired.
Aaron?
Yeah.
So I'm going to play this clip I found on Twitter of the game. UCLA played Penn State yesterday, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, tell us about it while I line this clip up,
UCLA
please.
sucks. UCLA.
Yeah, I mean it was a pretty boring game. We should have won by more. UCLA scored a touchdown at the end to make it look respectable, but yeah, it just felt like we won by going through the motions. And just looking forward to USC next week, even though it's going to be during Yom Kippur, so I don't know how much I'm going to see of that game, but they were just upset, so
is that
the
the
Trojans
actual
were by
game?
Minnesota, so they have to get their act together.
UCLA guy looked like he's a toddler. I mean,
so Aaron, I wish you could see this.
That guy couldn't even make our
he
couldn't make a high school team.
We're playing a clip.
Oh my God!
When our offensive lineman
what a mismatch!
Destroyed that guy, just pancaked him.
Yeah, we're watching it on replay.
That's man ball. That's man ball.
That's man ball.
I mean, that's the team we have to be because this passing game hasn't really manifested itself. We just have to play man ball, run
He's a wrecking ball. What does that guy go like 320?
That's man's game,
that's with the
bitch.
ball, you get the horn.
Right. Well, you want an update on some of the scores here?
Yes, please. Before I go into his start.
Baltimore is up 7-0 on Cincinnati. Oh my God. Oh, Indianapolis is up 7-0 on Jacksonville. I got that one wrong. Miami, New England's up 7-3 on Miami. I had that one called. New England is going to kick their ass.
We sure hope so.
Cleveland and Washington. Oh, Cleveland's on their own 2-yard line. That looks good. Buffalo's up 3-0 on Houston. That's kind of what we thought was going to happen, right? Or I thought. And Carolina and Chicago are tied at 7-7.
So I always thought.
Oh, man. Oh. Yeah, that Carolina game has me worried. That could be a Red Rocket eruption. If Red Rocket goes off, we're in trouble.
Rocket. That's dangerous.
I hate picking the Bears. Like, you have to pick the Bears, and then you feel bad about it for the rest of the day. It never sits well with me. So the overall standings are what, Eric? Did you ever come up with these numbers, or you?
I have not tallied them yet because I've been.
God,
busy with other
I'm not
duties,
going to be in first place forever. And actually, I think Aaron got me. He got me by a game.
Well,
to
Aaron
start the
has
week.
now just tallied with as of the Thursday night game. He was back to 500. So if he's at
Yeah,
500,
exactly.
must be
I'm
somebody
above
better.
five. I'm above
Thursday night.
500.
Yeah, so
Although now it's Minnesota, I'm a game up.
yeah.
Well, yeah. The big game will be Denver Vegas.
Game up. That's
Denver has to win that game.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, actually, here we are. It's 10:29. We're
guess,
right on schedule.
Yeah. Is this 10? Is it only 10:29?
I know. So we can go into overtime, or
okay. Well, you can play whatever you want. I don't know. We have the political stuff, and
let's have a look at the clips library here. We got.
Did you see the Trump speech yesterday? Was with the that glass covering?
No. I didn't watch.
Yeah.
I saw that Elon Musk was there because that's all over Twitter.
Elon came.
Yeah.
Elon.
So you're thinking...
I don't know. You want to...
Let's do equal time.
Okay.
Let's start with Biden first.
All right. Do equal time on this show.
One short event. We saw a brief slip by President Joe Biden, who forgot to introduce Prime Minister Modi and went on to shout at one of his staffers. In that video, you see Biden heard saying, "Who am I introducing next?"
Blue protocol.
While Biden later turned to Prime Minister Modi, who walked to the podium himself while an
the jobs
announcer
came out very
Modi.
good. So if you believe that, then that's
they
good
lied
news
for
for
last.
me.
They
That's
lied
good
for
news
last
for
four
the
reports by
economy.
a million and admitted it. So am I going to believe them now in an election year? Fuck you. You think we're that stupid?
I am aware that those numbers keep
My
getting
eyes tell me
revised.
that the economy is different. Yeah, so it's bullshit.
But,
secondly, Modi is a friend of Trump's, and that's why he was being snubbed. It's so cheap as to be misbelieved. And then, but to be fair, then where's the positive one?
We have Donald Trump,
who used to be Democrat,
talking about the football game.
Erie, Pennsylvania.
Republicans, because they know that Trump is going to take them to the promised land.
The children's TV cartoon show Arthur was set in Erie, Pennsylvania.
I have figured out a scenario where the election ends up at 269, and then that we could have a Republican president and a Democrat vice president. Imagine that.
I know it's logically possible, but it's highly unlikely.
All that happens is Trump has to win that whole state of Nebraska and not lose that one congressional district.
Does he get to pick Waltz or Harris?
No, in that scenario, the Senate picks the Senate picks the vice president and the House picks the president.
Fuck, I like it. That'd
so
be cool. That's gonna happen at some
currently,
point.
the House is going to pick the Republican and the Senate will pick the Democrat.
Where can we get odds on that? That'd be really cool to bet. I bet you get really good long odds.
You could probably get like
1,000 to 1.
No, I'd say it's more like 200 to 1.
It's never happened.
It has happened.
When?
They had a contingent. It's called a contingent election. It happened in when John Quincy Adams was picked president.
Wow. Okay.
That happened there because nobody. The rule had been like you had to get a plurality, and nobody got it.
Okay.
This is the Georgia Alabama game. That was a pretty smart move when he went to this game. But the problem is, who could he root for? Because they're both, he wants both states. But I guess he needs Georgia more.
Is that why you decided to wear the hat? You know what? As it says, Jesus is my savior and Trump is my president. So, that's the big reason why we came.
She's Georgia.
Georgia.
I mean, go Trump. I'm tired of paying high grocery prices. So, yeah. Go Trump.
It's a nice hat.
Talking about it, because I know there's a lot of people that I've seen
I'm not sure the chosen people can wear it.
Why? It just says.
Jesus is my savior.
I couldn't see what it said on the hat. I thought it was like a camouflage hat.
It is a camel hat, but
I didn't look at what it said.
You can't really see it, but she starts the clip.
I have no problem with Jesus.
Written on the front of it.
I have no problem with Jesus.
Oh, I know you don't. I have no problem with Jesus either.
So
or
I understand
Buddha,
that for a lot of
Krishna.
people, he is their savior.
Yes.
And my viewpoint is the Messiah hasn't come yet.
I enjoy eating lamb.
I love God.
Hey, there
okay.
you go. That's what matters most. What else?
Anything else you want to play?
Yeah, what's this tennis?
I kind of get what you're saying, ChabDog. I've thought about that myself.
Oh, good for you.
Cool.
Have you seen, Dorothy, do you like tennis? I post on the tennis matches, the old tennis matches. Have you looked at any of those?
I haven't, but I do play tennis.
Me too. Aaron, you play tennis, don't you?
Teams are Martina Navratilova and Betty Stova.
I've picked up a racket before.
Renee Richards serving.
Did you
Betty
know
Ann
that,
Stewart
that
is
the
her
first,
partner.
the first transsexual
and
to play
Stova
tennis
tied at 4-all
was a
in the
biological
second
man
set
and became
after
a woman?
Martina and Betty Stova
This is
won the
Renee-
first one
this is her
6-1.
Serving.
Renee Richards?
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Dr. Richard Raskin. She was an ophthalmologist. And she's playing with somebody named Betty Ann Stewart. And then on the other side is Martina Navratilova and Betty Stova. Betty Stova.
That's the dude, yeah.
That's Richard Raskin.
I forgot all about
It's
this.
much closer now,
Holy
this
shit,
match.
is
At
this
the
really
beginning, I think
1977?
that Betty Ann particularly was very nervous, and Betty Stova and Martina Navratilova
history fucking
really
repeats itself.
Look at those dresses,
right
man.
through the first set.
They're not covering anything.
Was Dr. Richards serve tough for you when you played in singles?
No,
Not as tough as I expected, actually. I think she clearly is going to be a much better doubles player than a singles
She
player because she
actually got
doesn't
to
need
be
to cover so
like
much court.
number 20 and ranked in the world, so she's a pretty good player.
That is Renee Richards.
Yeah, for a guy.
Serving.
Yeah, for a guy. Right. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, that serve is monstrous, man.
She is no joke. That's big bad Betty Stova. She's bigger than Renee though.
That's a real woman?
That's a woman, yeah.
I'd say he looks more like a woman than
Right,
she does,
right.
dude.
Bud Collins called her Big Bad Betty.
Yeah.
And she
I think they
had a big
actually
serve.
were both
and
out,
she
but
just
they were
kinda
very
looked-
close.
She kind of looked like
Service was
Frankenstein,
good.
didn't
Kinda.
she? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be,
the umpire
why was
ruled.
that dude that was the ophthalmologist?
And then in the middle of all of this is Martina.
Yeah. They won't show her on the camera. Keep her off camera.
So they'll play a let, 2 serves, start the point over.
This thing went to
It's 30 all.
tiebreaker in the 5th set. It was pretty good.
Martinez in the
I'm sorry
turquoise,
that you
right?
don't. I posted something better than this. That
No,
was,
this is actually pretty cool. I didn't realize how cool this is.
Today and
Okay, let's see Martina.
Look at that. That was 3 weeks for Martina.
Game for Richard.
That was it. Women's doubles championship.
Who's the announcer? Do you know that? You know the announcer?
No.
You don't know that voice? Think about John Madden.
15
That's Pat
love.
Summerall.
Oh, Summerall?
Yeah. He did the one. He always did
Winning
the-
team will split $13,125.
He did a really good
Summerall.
job.
There she is.
So
on
it's
the
not just for
tennis.
fun.
Finally.
Oh, nice shot, Martina.
30
Who's your partner, Virginia?
I
And
played
then
with
the
Francois
woman
Durr.
The other commentator was Virginia Wade.
Uh-huh.
But I posted another clip from a match involving Eli Nastasi last night, and it was hilarious. I mean, he just abused the ref so badly, and he hated the guy who was playing, so he almost spit on him. At the end of the game, he won, and he wouldn't shake the guy's hand, and they booed him off the court. The New York crowd hated that. They hated that. It was amazing. You can see a tennis player get booed off the court.
Okay, Dorothy's walking off. Well, Aaron, any closing thoughts?
Oh my goodness, we need let's go Mets. Let's do it today. It's just every day is just a battle with these Mets. Can they keep it going? Can they possibly win another one? I'm very excited. And then they play the same time as the Giants. So hopefully I just won't have to see the Giants. I can just wipe them out because I don't know how they do anything positive today. So
the Mets have been looking really
it's
tough.
Mets time. It's October. It's a sports equinox. Everything's happening. It's gonna be a very fun day.
What are the odds of a Royals and Mets World Series?
They're
It just happened.
not great because the Royals lost Game 1, so losing Game 1 of the ALDS, the Yankees, not a good start for them. But they can bounce back
When the
on
Royals won
Monday,
they beat the
and
Mets.
maybe we can get some revenge on them. Although to do that, we're going to need to win a lot more baseball games because the Phillies probably aren't going to lay down, and then you have these two teams out west are both really talented. So a long way to go.
All right,
we're going to sign one game at a time. One game at a time.
Well, he's frozen up. At least we got to hear that. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you very much for that take, and thank you for Dorothy.
Thank you.
We never did find out her location. And Abe Miranda from Santa Clarita, who probably still is nursing that hangover from that tremendous victory last night for the Mets. And of course,
I'm nursing the hangover for sure. Watching the Padres lose last night to the Dodgers. Of course, parking over there now is $50 for a regular car, $90 if you have a truck or an RV. They're really milking it. That's for sure. They're really trying to collect the check for Shohei's big old.
It's not very affordable for the average family to bring bring their kids to the game anymore.
It's not what it's. Yeah, it's not. It's for the elite.
Yeah,
people make 6 figures and up.
It's very expensive, especially $50 for parking plus how much is a hot dog over there? At least maybe $10, $12, $15. It's just unbelievably expensive nowadays. To go to now come to an Angels game, we can find you a ticket for $6 and
they'll pay you to go to the Angels games.
Yeah, well there aren't any.
Well, I know there isn't any right now, but exciting news on that forefront is the Savannah Bananas are gonna make a visit to Anaheim Stadium next season, and that'll probably be the most exciting game in Anaheim for the 25 season.
All right. Well, thank you, Abe.
All right.
Thank you, Dorothy D. and the men and.
Thank you, Abe.
Speaking of bananas, I wonder if Abe's related to Carmen Miranda.
Thank you, Pete Alonso.
Miranda.
Yes.
Yeah. Abe Miranda, Carmen Miranda.
Yeah. Abe Carmen Miranda.
Abe Carmen Miranda.
All right.
Well, there. Close-up cam still works.
That's it. Have a great Sunday. We'll see you next week, and may the force